I yield for now.
Legend! What rank did I get? 9,587. Oh, that's made my night. Hello and welcome. I'm Lazzy J, and for this video I want to try something a little different. See, this is the 30th video I've released on my channel, LJ's Hearthstone Corner. And it's not much of a milestone, but it has given me some useful information as I look back on the last 29 episodes. So as I look back, a couple of things stood out. Firstly, a lot of people enjoyed my Fun with Quest Priest video. It was the highest performing video at the time of recording this. Secondly, there was one video that performed very, very well in the first couple of days of its release, and that was my Time with Beast Druid video. And looking at it, it was the first time I really tried to take a data-driven look at my Hearthstone gameplay. I took the time, broke down all my games over the last couple of streams, where I moved from the bottom of Platinum all the way up to Diamond 5. So, taking what came from that, and realizing that it's going to be hard to kind of log that many games, or if not more, with particular decks to be able to make videos like that, I thought I'd try this. A video based around my week in Hearthstone. The idea being, basically, I take all my streams as well as my games when I'm not streaming, and I break down how I went, talk about the decks that are doing well for me, maybe compare that to the meta, and we can grow on that. Maybe add a news section, maybe do a few other things. It's kind of up to what the viewers like and how well these videos perform in the first couple of weeks. But we'll give it a go, and I guess we'll start moving into the first segment. Let's look at my week in Hearthstone. Okay, so this brings us to the main part of this video. This section is designed to be dynamic, meaning that at the moment I'm heavily focused on standard, ladder, but I do play other things such as Wild, I do some Battlegrounds, hell, I'll even want to talk about Tavern Brawl from time to time. But the idea here is so that I can break it all down, what I've been playing, and share that with you and see if it resonates. So I use a program called Hearthstone Deck Tracker, which is managed by the people over at HS Replay. Now, it doesn't log every single game because I do play some stuff on my mobile, but looking at the last week, I was able to log 105 games. Not all of those were on standard, but I figure we'll start there. Let's have a look at the stats. So let's start with the summary tab. As you can see, I was able to play 74 games in the last week. Out of those games, I had a 59% win rate. This was moving from Diamond 5 all the way up to Legend, including a couple games at the end in Legend. Most of my games were with the Beast Druid I made that video on that I referenced at the start of this video. I got 46 games with that and a total of a 65% win rate. This was a deck I was able to get Legend with right at the end of the March season. It's a good deck, and as long as your matchups are good, you're eventually going to get there. Just keep flooding the board and try and keep the numbers up so you can get a good arbor up, and then go face. I'll leave a copy of the deck code in the description of this video if you want to check it out. Outside of that, I played a lot of Quest Priest. I really love that deck. I have some fun games, but the win rate isn't so great. I really can't express how much I enjoyed playing this deck. I have plans to release some more highlight videos in the coming weeks, and as long as RNG is in your favour, you can do quite well with this deck. Problem is, if you don't draw on curve or close to, you start falling way behind and can't get to your win condition quick enough. Doesn't mean there aren't other options to win with this deck, but you really do have to rely on that quest a little too much, and that's where you can come undone, especially against aggro. So that's why I finished the ladder off with the Beast Druid. So this kind of brings me to the end of my standard talk. I did play a bit of Wild. Playing Beast Druid there too. There's a new deck that's evolved since I was playing last, and it was fun. I don't have much footage to show of it yet, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to get a couple of games that I can put up in my highlight reels. So this kind of rounds out my talk about Constructed, both Standard and Wild. Outside of that, I have been playing a little bit of Battlegrounds. Not a lot. Just trying to get back into the swing of things. I haven't played in quite a while. So there's not really much to report there. A lot of losses and misplays, but you get that as you're trying to get your groove back. So let's roll into the next section. Okay, so what's coming up for the next week in Hearthstone? Well, we've just started the April season, so there's a new card back, as well as a ladder reset. Time to start grinding again and pushing for Legend. I'm going to be focusing hopefully on Standard, but I might change it up a little bit and do a bit of Wild as well. Got quite a few bonus stars in both, and it's going to be a nice casual week or two for me. Outside of that, we will have the final cards announced for the Voyage to the Sunken City during the middle of the week. You should check those out, and if you're considering pre-ordering, it's probably the best time to. Don't have to. A lot of people can get by without having to do the pre-orders, but with the expansion coming out on the 12th of April, you don't have a lot of time, and it's probably your best prompt to get the pre-orders if you want them. Let's round this video out. I'm really interested to see how this video is received. During the last few months since I've started recording these YouTube videos, I've really enjoyed myself. I've learnt a lot and I'm still pushing myself. I'm hoping that this is received well and it can become a regular staple of this channel. As I said at the start, I've got ideas of expanding it. How I want to do better graphics and stuff like that, but I think right at the moment I want to get my first video out and just get the ball rolling. Otherwise I'll just end up procrastinating way too much. There's definitely more I can bring to this, and I'm looking forward to doing it. But let's do it in steps. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and come check me out live on Twitch. This information can be found in the description, and I think we'll leave it there. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video. Until next time.